What's going on with Alvaro Morata? Spain's leading goal scorer? No, he's not. Is he Fernando Torres' second coming? No, he's not. Is he David Villa's brother? No, he's not. He's just Alvaro Morata. How can a guy who misses so much, right? So many open goals, so many opportunities, suddenly find himself in a position where he's playing for top tier teams in clubs, right? And then in Europe, and then he's given the keys and access and the opportunity to represent his country, Spain, in major tournaments, and he still messes it up. What's going on? How can a guy who scores in Champions League finals, as he did, recall the 2014-2015 Champions League final against Barcelona, he scored the tying goal, 1-1. He scored it. It was an open goal, he scored it. So he's capable of doing that. But how can a guy who's capable of doing that in one of the most important stages, a Champions League final, have so much trouble scoring and doing the basic stuff in other tournaments? What's going on with him? Is he cursed? Is he having some sort of anxiety attack? Is he having a lack of confidence? What's going on? Well, I'd like to take a couple of steps back. So, Alvaro Morata debuted under our good friend Jose Mourinho back when he was coach of Real Madrid. I think it was in the 2010-2011 season. And, he was ticketed as like the a star player, high expectations, so on and so forth. And the following season that Mourinho was there, he was getting slowly more minutes, more opportunities, and he took them. I think, if I recall correctly, in one of the matches of the Copa del Rey against Barcelona, he had an amazing game where they just destroyed Barcelona and they went on to the final. And I think that was the final that Real Madrid lost against Atletico Madrid, where it was a Diego Costa goal and a Miranda goal in the final, which was in the Bernabeu in that season. I think that must have been the 2012-2013 season, I believe. I think that was it. It's just complicated, and a player like him who slowly has progressed, and he went to represent the first team Madrid, and then he went to Juventus where he had a great season, did a great striking partnership with Tevez, and he was there with Paul Pogba, Vidal. I mean, that Juventus team was stacked in 2014-2015 season. I believe then he went back to Madrid, and then he went from there to Chelsea. Chelsea didn't do so well. I think personally there's some players that when they're out of their comfort zone, sometimes just things don't go well. I was under the impression that Morata was going to be a Premier League striker because physically he's built for a Premier League, you would think, as a number 9, all that. But there's so many. If you were to go to YouTube and type in Morata misses Chelsea, there's compilations and they're minutes long of him missing so many goals. And I think starting there is where they started to tag him as a like Higuain-esque, like who's another player who misses so many goals? I guess Higuain is a good example. Who else? I don't know, I'll have to think, but there's some players who, like Gilardino, I guess would be another player. I'm trying to think really hard here. Players who are just at the top of, like Thomason, right? I think that's the guy's name from Milan as well. Like they're in these positions, right? And the expectations are higher than the reality, and they just don't do that well. So I think Morata from that Chelsea stint, he lost a lot of confidence, and the banter was pretty brutal. And then from there on, he started to drag this whole thing with them. I believe then he went to Atletico Madrid where he did okay, but he scored some very important goals. Let me remind you that in that match against Liverpool in Champions League, he was instrumental to that with Marcos Llorente. Both of them were very instrumental to that remontada, that comeback win against Liverpool. He's the one that did the passing with Marcos Llorente in the second goal, and then he was fed the ball with Marcos Llorente for the third goal, and he scored in Anfield nonetheless. So he's capable of delivering in very important situations, but I think the problem here is that you want him to be consistent with that, right? So what's going on is a lack of confidence, lack of concentration. I don't know, and I wish it was something simple, right? I sometimes feel like these players they're jinxed, like there's some sort of bad juju and voodoo amiss, because it just doesn't make sense. How can a player have such bad luck? You know, the Euros have been a great example of that. He's been having such terrible luck. I mean, it's a type of thing where, you practice it in the pitch, in the training pitch, 20, 50, 100 times, you'll score 90, you feel good. You go on the pitch, it's at 10%, you mess up, and there you go. Like, this is it. This is what the world sees. The biggest stage. And now they're calling him flop. I mean, I think it's a little bit exaggerated. If you're being valued by clubs around Europe as being a good striker, because he's not bad. I mean, look at the Barcelona match. I think it was this season, or this last season. Barcelona went to Juventus, to Turin, and that match, Morata scored a hat-trick, I believe, of offside goals. Like, it was millimeters. So, bad luck, man. I just think that it's just bad luck. Certain things he has to adjust and kind of get more comfortable with, but I think it's just overall bad luck. So what can we do to help him? Well, I propose, if you really want to help the man, because I don't like to see a guy take such a beating online. Just, he's trying to act tough, and he's a tough guy. I mean, it's not easy being the object and the target of so many nasty jokes and comments. That's not ever easy. I mean, yeah, he's a millionaire, he can take it. No, he's still a human being, still a human being, and he's just trying to do his job. He's not killing anyone, he's not stealing anyone's money, he's just trying to do his job. So what can we do to help him? Well, I suggest we raise your hands right now, everybody. Just raise your hands. Both of them, both hands in the air. Raise both hands in the air, and like Goku was asking for everyone to give him their energy for their spirit bomb, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put our hands and send out positive energy to Morata. Now, to be fair, this is exactly what I did when Morata was going to score the penalty against Slovakia. I was like, hold on. Penalty? Okay. Who's gonna take the penalty? Morata? Okay. I raised my hand in the air, and I said, please, Morata, take my positive energy. Here you go. Feel it. And I visualized it. I visualized my energy leaving my body, streaming across from where I am, all the way to Seville, and there he was, receiving the positive vibes, and he still messed it up. So maybe it was on my end. Maybe I wasn't doing a good job. But it's just not normal, man. And I hope he can turn it around and just shut all these guys' mouths. I'm not standing for Morata. I just want a guy to be able to, do his job right, And we live in a world where people are cowards, They hide behind their computers and say all this BS on Twitter because it's easy. But they don't want to look at themselves and realize, hey, you're the loser. You're the guy that's sitting at home, rubbing your belly and scratching your back. And at the end of the day, you're not doing anything with your life. But meanwhile, this guy is, living the dream. So, if you came to this video looking for insights on how we can help Morata, well, I hope I gave you something. I doubt, though, there was anything tangible to take away from this video. More than anything, it's much more of a rant / leave the guy alone. Leave the guy alone. Alright, he's screwing up. So be it. Doesn't affect you, doesn't affect anyone. At the end of the day, it's just a game, man. It's just a game. Well, we all have good days, we have bad days, but I just think it's a pretty bad thing to beat a guy who's already down on his luck, We have to, I believe, we should probably celebrate everyone's triumphs and the good and the bad, and make sure that they become a better person, right? How do we do that? Well, just chilling out. It's just a game. Hey, instead of saying, hey, Morata, you suck, but hey, Morata, good try, buddy. You'll get it next time. Good try. And I'm sure he would appreciate it more. But I believe in the day and age that we live in, that's probably asking for too much, right? Probably is. Anyways, love to hear your thoughts. I really do. I really appreciate when you leave comments. There was that one guy who said I have a voice that puts you to sleep, and I agree. I do have a voice that puts people to sleep. Sometimes I put myself to sleep, just hearing my voice, hearing back these videos, and I just want to take a quick little nap. Which leads me to believe I should probably start an ASMR channel where I just talk about this stuff and put like rain sound effects, and thunder, and it's like I'll call it like ASMR, like having trouble sleeping or sleeping insomnia fix or something. We'll call it. Talk about like these rants, but in a soft voice, like I usually do. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. If you are so inclined. And of course, take care.